Okay, we're back for part two of investing here for the small, poor people of America. First thing you need to do is get you a piece of paper, a notebook, whatever, and write down rules that you want to abide by when you're investing this money. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I tell you, you can lose all your money. Don't come look at me if you lose it. But first thing you need to do, I would get a notebook personally, like a 70-page file ring notebook, something like that. And I would open it up, and on the cover of the first page, I would write down all my rules. You know, just think about them. I'd write them down on a piece of paper, and then once you refine them, write them on the cover of your book. But you need to make rules, simple rules. First, I'm going to take X amount of dollars. It can be $5 a week, $10 a week, $100 a week, $1 a week. It doesn't matter. But I would recommend $5 or $10 at least. You know, five to $10. Most people nowadays, whenever they're at work, they go out and eat 2 or 3, 4 times a week for lunch. Don't eat out, and put it in there, you know. But know that you're going to set aside that amount of money. And by doing this, it will grow quickly, you can see. But you need to get an app, Robinhood, Webull, there's 20, 30 different kinds, whatever. They're free. Put it in there. Set a bank account up to it. I created a secondary bank account because I would hate for something to happen and say I got $10,000 in my checking account and I got to pay bills out of there. You know, you got a $500 car note, a $1,000 house note, you know, electricity, yada, yada, yada. You accidentally push the wrong thing or something gets hacked and bam, they take your money. You can't pay your bills. You're in trouble, so on and so forth. But you get it. You link your checking account, savings account, whatever you want to do to it. Well, you can go in there and program it to automatically take $1, $5, $10 a week, a month, a year, however you want to do it. I guess a year. I don't know. I ain't looked that far, but you can get it to withdraw that amount of money out of your checking account. And then the second thing you need to do is you need to find stocks. I would go with somewhere between 10 or 20 stocks. You don't have to have that many. Say you're doing $5 a week, you can have 5 stocks. But you get them stocks and you have it where it will invest $1 every week into each stock. Yes, that's not a lot of money, but we're cost averaging it because the stock's going to go up, it's going to go down. So we want to buy when it's up, we want to buy when it's down especially. And do that. Well, since we got the money part taken care of, the next rule you need to think about is how long am I going to leave this money in there? Like, I'm not allowed to withdraw it. I'm not saying that you are bought into Coca-Cola, you know, the soft drink, and they're at $60 a stock and they plummet. Something happens, they do something stupid and their stock plummets to $30. I'm not saying you can't sell, but the $5 a week, you're not allowed to withdraw it. And you're going to set a timeline on this. It can be a year, it can be 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years. I don't care. But you got to abide by it. If your hot water heater goes out, you're not touching this money. You're going to not eat lunch for 4 days a week instead of just not 1 day a week to pay for your hot water heater. You know, you need savings. I'm not getting into all that. This is just about investing. But this money is strictly for the stock. All right, you have that. You're going to take $5 a week. You're not going to touch it for 1 year. You're going to run this as a test, and if it does good, your rule is going to roll into let's say like it's like a contract. After 1 year, you're gonna say, hey, this is working pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm 30 years old. I'm not gonna touch it till I'm 60. So 30 years. Well, then you got that, and you just keep building on it. Now, the next rule you need to make is, how often are you going to look at your stocks? If you're new, don't worry about what the news says and all that. For the most part, everything is doom and gloom. Oh, Coca-Cola is, they found rats in their drinks or something like that. They're going to go belly up. They're getting sued or yada yada yada. That's fine. You can listen to it, but watch the stocks. As long as the stocks is moving normally, we'll get into this later. You know, stocks are going to move probably 5-10%. They'll go up, they'll go down. They may move less, 1 or 2%, but they're going to go up, they're going to go down, because people's buying, people's selling. But as long as they're trending upwards, you're good. And don't worry about selling it. But again, if they say something about Coca-Cola, everybody's been opening a can and it's got a rat in it, and their stocks are plummeting, they go from $6 to $40, $30, yeah, you can sell. Like, I would get out myself, you know, but you're not pulling the money out of the investment. You're gonna pull it out of there. You're gonna wait, which I wouldn't pull it out if it hit 30 and like bottomed out. Like, you would pull it out earlier, but you would know if something bad's happening. That's an extreme. But most of the stocks we're talking about, they're gonna last for hundreds of years unless something crazy happens. But the other thing is, oh yeah, I was talking about every week. You can visit your stock every week, month, 3 months, 6 months, a year. Just set it up. When you first get it, you'll visit every day or something probably, but don't overburden yourself with it. You'll see it, it'll trickle down. You'll be down 2 or 3, 4%, and it'll go up 2 or 3, 4, 5%, so on and so forth. We're looking at long term. A week, a day, don't matter. We're looking at months and years on here. The other thing, you need to know if you're going to make your dividends reinvest. It's called DRIP, Dividend Reinvestment Program. What it does is, you buy Coke, they give you a penny in dividends. Well, you automatically have it re-buy Coke. The other thing, if you're doing $10 a week being invested, I would recommend when you open the account, try to save you up a little extra money and put an extra, 10, 20 bucks in there. That way you got a little cushioning. That way, if it don't take a lot, $10, $20, if you're investing 10, I'd try to double it or triple it. That way, if you have a bad week and you need to not put $10 in or something happens, your banking or something like that messes up, you're safe. You're not gonna overdraw your account or anything like that. But it's not saying that you're going to quit investing. You want to keep investing every week as long as you can. But you do that. The other thing is, quit looking at the dollar signs. We're looking at percentages. You're going to have $100, $200, $500 account, and somebody else is going to be talking about $10, $20, $30,000, $100,000, $1 million, whatever on YouTube. Don't worry about their dollars. Worry about their percentages. If they got $100,000 in their portfolio, but they're only up 10%, and you got $500 in there, and you're up 40%, you're doing better than them. Percentages is what matter. Their lifestyle is different. They may be living off of $100,000 a year, and you're living off of $10,000 a year. So, it's not comparing. Percentages is where you compare at on this, in my personal opinion. Because you want your percentages to go up. All we're going to talk about is percentages. After we get this here, you decided what percentages you want, money amount you want to put in, do that. And again, if you get a raise at work or something, say you're making $9 an hour, they bump you up to $10 an hour, That's an extra $40 a week. Take another $10 and put into this if you see it's working for you. And I don't see how it wouldn't work for you. Yes, it may go down for 3 to 6 months because that's the way the world works. But it's going to go up. Again, we're looking for long term. If you'll stick with this for at least a year, unless the world burns down, you're going to trickle up. It's good. This isn't day trading or anything like this. This is just long term. Put money in it, forget it, invest it, go on. This is for the hardworking people that work 40, 60, 80, 100 hours a week, and they don't have time to sit there and watch the stock market. They're working at 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock in the morning, and the stock market's trading. So we're just putting it on autopilot, investing it, and you're making more money than, say, going to these hedge fund places, you know, the big name brands where you go in there and you put your money in, they invest it for you, and most of the time them people who do that only get 4% a year back on average. I'm not saying that's the rule of thumb, but I mean, from most that I've talked to, yeah, I average about 4% a year. Well, what I'm going to show you, I'm making 12 to 20% a year. Where's all the other money going? Like, they're pocketing that money. They're investing it for you. They're putting 10% in their pocket that you do, and you're getting 4%. Or they're making bad decisions. I don't know. But this has worked for me. I'm running a experiment on it. I changed one of my portfolios over to doing this back in October, and right now I think I'm like 15% up, so we're doing good. But this is going to be it on this video, and I'll come back and we'll talk about some of the stocks that you could possibly look at, and I'll be back in another video. Thank you.